What's up, YouTube? So today I am finally reading Real by Kennedy Ryan. If you see my last short that I did, I am doing an end of the year reading challenge where I have to read all the books that I've bought and just put on my bookshelf and haven't read. And then once I do that, I could start buying new books. So Kennedy Ryan Real is actually the second book because I listened to Where We Found Our Passion that was the last video I posted. Make sure you go watch that review. So I'm excited to get into this. I also actually, for real, I actually have the physical copy and the audio book, so I think I might do an immersive read, like listen while I'm reading the book at the same time. I'm gonna see how that goes and if I like it. This book is actually quite long. I think the audio book was like 17 hours, so like, and I think it's almost like 500 pages in this, but I'm excited. I heard really good things about Real. I've heard really good things about Real, and I already love Kennedy Ryan. If you don't know, one of my favorite reads of 2025 was Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. So I'm excited to get into this, so let's get started. Oh my god, guys. Okay, so I started listening to the book. I'm actually on my way to get a tattoo. So I started listening to the book, and I just got through Candace's prologue and Nevaeh's prologue, and it already got me shook. Candace's prologue was, you know, it was a little conversation with him and his mom, you know, his mom's wishes and everything, and she's clearly soon, I'm gonna say, I think she's dying. That's where I got from it. But Nevaeh, her prologue was like, whoa, wait a minute. Her fiance done slept with her sister, got the sister pregnant, and then they tried to talk to her like she was dumb. That's the stuff that really be getting me. Like, they really tried to say, oh, we only did it one time, that's how she got pregnant. But the one time they did it was 2 years ago. How? So she been pregnant for 2 years. Like, how she just turned up pregnant if y'all only did it once? Like, what? And that's just how the book started. I honestly, I don't really think I had really much expectations for Real, because I really, like, this is the first book in this series, and like I don't even think I read the back of it. So like, I knew who the characters' names was, but like those two prologues really took me for a minute. I said, wait a minute, where is this going? Good start to the book though. Like, it really, now that's how you hook somebody, because now I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And then the fact that they try to blame her for why the sister pregnant, like, no, why would you sleeping with your sister's fiance? Makes no sense. This is why you shouldn't be getting engaged in high school, because what, that logic is crazy. But I'm gonna actually get into the book now. We're at chapter 1 now, so oh, I need to get out of this lane, but I'm gonna get into it. All right, so I have I had to take my sweater off. First of all, it's supposed to be fall time. It is hot outside for some reason. But I have read chapters 1 through 8, and so far so good. I'm liking Nevaeh. You know, Nevaeh seems like, I'm liking the way the book is going, because like, just getting the view of like her wanting to be on Broadway, like the film aspect of it, like the book is different, and I'm liking like how different it is. Like, it's not like, I wouldn't call it your like traditional romance, like, you know it's a romance, so like somebody's gonna fall in love at the end. I like how these first 8 chapters, like, you really don't know who she falling in love with, but I'm assuming it's gonna be canon because the chapters got canon. I don't know though. Chapter 8, well, Dusty Blue, I wonder if Dusty Blue is a real person. I might have to Google that. But the Dusty Blue has her own chapter 2, so we're gonna have to look into that. So we might not see like who else got chapters in here right now. So far it's been chapters between Nevaeh and Canon, and then we just got this Dusty Blue chapter. So I don't know if Monk might have a chapter, but I don't know, because the second book is called Score, and that seems Monk's alley right there, like scored, because he's like a musician, you know, Grammy award winning, stuff like that. So I'm excited to continue this book. I'm actually really enjoying it though. From a person who likes movies and stuff, and every time I read a book, I'm like, this could be a movie, and like how it could be a movie. I'm loving this because like you can literally see how this can be a movie. Like, and I also love the Skyland series, and I know that got like, I think they're like getting like a TV show. I hope she also get a deal for this, because even through the first 8 chapters, I'm like, I can see this happening on the screen. Like, this could definitely, I wouldn't want this to be a TV show though. I think I would want this to be like literally a movie. Like, get a movie for real. Like this, I'm really enjoying this. Kennedy Ryan, I don't know, like she just really knows how to write. I think I like Kennedy Ryan because Kennedy Ryan gives you all the details you need. Me personally, I'm nosy, so I want to know all the aspects. So when Neva was bringing it back up about her mom's sister and ex-fiance, the one who got pregnant, blah blah blah, I'm like, okay, these are the details that I need. Because I was thinking that, like, I'm thinking it's crazy that your sister slept with your fiance and had a baby, and like you pretty much left to follow your dreams because of this. Because at first you was gonna stay and play Susie Homemaker with this man. So it's a blessing that, well, it's kind of crazy to say, it's a blessing that he cheated so you could go off and do what you got to do. But like, it's also kind of crazy that your sister did that. So hearing like how she is now with them, like pretty much no contact. She got a niece, and every time she tried, she don't even got that much of a relationship with the niece because the niece looked like her sister and her ex-fiance, which I understand, which is crazy. But so far so good. Book is good. I'm about to get into Desi Blues chapter. And that's the other thing, even like when they're like talking about the script and like Cannon being the director and like his vision for the movie, I'm like, this could literally be a movie. Like, it's so like, I feel like the movie industry keeps doing all these remakes and all that, all these sequels and all of that. Why are they not reading these books and just turning these books into movies? These could be original movies. They're already books. But that's just me. I don't need to go on a whole rant about the movie industry, but hey, I'm gonna keep listening. Okay, I done made it to my destination, but I have finished chapters 8, 9, and 10, and we find out that Neva has lupus. We also hear that Cannon fought for Neva to be a part of the movie. Now, Neva don't know this yet. She, you know, she's still in limbo about what's going on with the movie and Cannon. But we found out that she got lupus, but her lupus is doing good at the doctor's appointment. I like the way this book is going. Like, one thing about Kennedy Ryan, like I said before, she knows how to give you the details to keep you like, interesting. So I'm about to go into my tattoo appointment. I got the book with me. So I'm gonna be reading while I'm in my appointment. So let's see what the rest of this book is giving. All right, so I just got on my tattoo appointment. I read up to chapter 16, I believe. So I read chapters 10, 11, 12, and 15. And what's her name? Neva and Cannon. I keep wanting to call her Nevaeh. But listening, so I did the immersive reading, and I think immersive reading might be my new thing. Like, I really enjoyed that. I feel like I want to just keep calling her Nevaeh, but her name is Neva. But her and Cannon, I like the fact that like both of them are super into each other, but they're not telling each other that they're into each other, because he's like, I can't do this again. Even if we think about his prologue, what he was saying in his prologue, I'm like, this is subtle foreshadowing, because his mom was like, this is like what his mom wanted for him type thing. And like, I feel like he ain't there yet, but at first he was trying to deny, like, well, he wasn't really trying to deny that he was attracted to her. He was just like, I'm attracted to her, but we're going to keep this professional. Her, on the other hand, she is hot in the pants, and I think that is hilarious. But I'm gonna keep listening on my drive home. But I'm loving this book so far. Literally loving the book and the mess. Because, oh, actually, I forgot, they're also like, so in the last couple chapters, they're in Alabama with the writer of the book. I mean, not of the book, of the like the girl that's writing the script for the movie for Desi Blue. I didn't have a chance to look up if Desi Blue is a real person, but I don't know. She's starting to sound like maybe she had Billie Holiday in mind when she wrote this character. That's what I'm getting at. But I'm enjoying it, and I like that some of the chapters are like from Desi Blue's like point of view. So like one of the chapters like was like a letter between Desi Blue and her mom, and I was like, okay, so I'm getting the vision of the movie, which she need to make this into a movie for real. Like, I'm not even playing. This would be such a good movie. But I'm gonna continue listening, and I'm gonna hit the road. All right, I done made it to a rest stop. I had to stop just to tell y'all about the chapters I just read. I'm at chapter 18. Kenny Ryan needs to turn Desi Blue's story into a movie for real. I'm so glad actually that I got the audio with the actual book, because the chapter, I think it was chapter 17, it was where they did the Desi Blue, like the scene or whatever, with her and Tilda, and at the end of the scene she was singing. If I would have just read that with my eyes, it wouldn't have been the same. It was so good. The audiobook, if you decide to read this book, make sure you get the audiobook, because that literally, I was literally driving like, she is singing. It was so good. Cannon and Neva still got their little tension. She trying to be like, oh, I'm professional, I'm professional. I can't wait until this actually crack. I'm trying to figure out like how it's gonna happen, because both of them is just like, like they're very invested in the movie. They're not trying to ruin the movie. Cannon is such a serious man. So I'm excited to hear reading this book. And like I'm on chapter 18, and we're still building this tension. The tension there for me too. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop at this point. But I really need to see a Desi Blue movie for real. That singing in the audiobook, and whoever is doing the audiobook need to play Desi Blue. The singing was so good. I was literally in awe, like, oh my god. It was so good. It was so good. I'm about to go into chapter 19. I'm about to get back on the road. But I just had to say that I was really impressed by that. I don't even know how much more can I be impressed. Like, that was just so good. And it was very unexpected. Like, I did not expect for them to just break out in song. It was just so damn good. I don't even know. But I am enjoying this. But Kenny Ryan never really disappoints me for real. I really can't wait for Score, because I'm assuming Score is about month. So I'm excited for that. Alright, so I finally made it home, and I have listened to chapters 19 to 24, and Neva and Cannon are showing their jealous side of each other, even though they haven't even communicated with each other that they're interested in each other, but they're already showing their jealous side. Neva talking about, who is this girl? Even come to find out, it was his business partner's sister, and she was all like, who is this girl? And then Cannon was all like, when Monk told him that it's a rumor going around that Neva is sleeping with Trey, who was the male lead in the movie. He was not feeling that. Done broke the cigar, started being rude to my girl. But I feel like we finally getting there. We finally easing to the part where they actually start explaining their feelings. Because when he was being rude to her, she was like, okay, and like walked away. And then he tried to like grab her, stop her from walking away. It was giving very much movie scene. Kennedy Ryan, I know the Skyland series is going to be a movie. This needs to be a movie. And Desi Blue need a movie too. I am very intrigued with Desi Blue's story. I'm literally loving this book. I don't had a bad take since. Everything I've read so far has been, and it's just been reeling me in. That's also what I like about Kennedy Ryan. She like low-key gets you invested, like just reeling you in to their story and then be like, bam. And I'm waiting for the bam. But so far, I am team make this a movie ASAP. It needs a movie now. Especially with a title like Real, like the concept, like everything. It needs to be a movie. Cannon also, their little conversation that Neva and Cannon had about his mom, I was like, see, she pulling at the strings. I wonder if she eventually gonna tell him about her lupus, because like she kind of actually almost slipped up, but she didn't slip up. She was just like, I can't do smoke. But I think she's gonna tell him, or even tell him about her ex-fiance and sister, because that's the tea. That's the tea I would want to know. But I'm gonna continue to do my immersive reading. I don't know if I said it in the last clip, but the audiobook, the girl singing on one of the Desi Blue chapters, so good. But I'm at the start on chapter 25, which is Canon, which is Cannon's chapter. But I'm excited. I just got my tattoo done. I'm gonna show y'all that. Let me insert that here. Pictures of my tattoo. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Make sure you like my short about it, because I'm pretty sure I posted it already. But yes, we are at chapter 25. And I love how like even the font in the book is like, oh, Hollywood. So cute. Like, I love little things like this. But I'm gonna get back into my reading. Alright, so I finished my 10 chapters of the day of Real, and I don't know, this might be become my favorite book. Like, so good. And Cannon and Neva, I feel like they're just like made for each other, literally, because them, like, oh, Neva's inner thoughts be having me dying, and then the fact that Cannon be having pretty much the same inner thoughts, it's like y'all are thinking the same thing. Get it together. But Cannon does explain his reasoning to Neva, so I'm like, okay. And like, she was, you know, open to it, she understood. But let me go through my notes. So the first thing I put was Cannon in these roadblocks. He keep putting up these roadblocks so he don't gotta see Neva. He don't gotta come in contact with Neva. Are they working? No, because he's drawn. I love how Kennedy Ryan also puts in like an underlying message in the book. Like Cannon's chapter where like he talks about like working women and like making it easier for women, because sometimes women just get the job done. Ain't that? Because that is true. That is true. Sometimes women just get it done, and sometimes corporate America do not make it easier for women because it's a boys club. So him having like a little daycare on set for the mothers to bring their kids to set so they could work, it makes it easier for him, and they can still do their job. Love that. Also, I love how descriptive Kennedy Ryan is. Like, reading this, I feel like I could just see it, especially like that we're talking about a movie and everything. Like, it was like one part of the chapters where they were talking about like the dance scene, and like Neva was like speaking with the choreographer, and like you could just see, like you could, as they're talking, you could just see what they're talking about. And then when you get the Desi Blues chapter and like they're going over the script and stuff, it's like you can literally see this happen. Cause like she just Kenny Ryan's just so good. Also I've been doing the immersive reading, so I've been listening and reading at the same time. I also noticed that sometimes the readers like skip a line, or like they may say a line how it's not written, so like they may move the words around, so like that was throwing me off a little bit. Kind of like, if you dyslexic, don't do that. You might get confused, because it threw me for a loop. Everyone is definitely starting to clock Neva and Candace's attraction to each other. And the main one is Jill, because her playing Cupid on Thanksgiving was so hilarious, and I thought it was funny. And I like, sometimes you just need a Jill in your life to connect the pieces. We haven't heard much from Monk in these chapters. Like, he did do a little cameo, but him and Jill on the same time, and like telling Cannon like, you like Neva, just give in. Like, pretty much his friends is like, we see it, the people who don't know you don't see it, so like don't worry too much, but because we know you, we see the chemistry. So Jill and Monk are team Cannon and Neva, and so am I. Oh, Thanksgiving. Back to Thanksgiving. Neva making her first move. I was like, okay, girl. It didn't go nowhere, but she made the first move. Cannon put up one of his roadblocks and was just like, we can't do this. This is gonna hurt your career. Which I understand his reasoning, because power dynamics do not look right now, and it's her first movie, so people don't even know her. So I get where he's coming from. If we're thinking logically, he makes a lot of sense, but they're not thinking, well, she's not thinking logically. She's thinking with some other parts of her body. Cannon and Neva definitely have an affirmation kink. They love giving each other affirmations. I don't know, it's giving affirmation kink. It was like, I forgot what chapter it was, but Neva was calling Cannon beautiful, and he was just like, and he liked to get, like, they have an affirmation kink. What else is in my notes? Oh, this is where Monk came in. Cannon was eating salmon just so he could, well, he was acting like he was eating salmon so he could see Neva. That's when Monk put two and two together, like, you don't even like salmon. Why are you out here trying to get some salmon? Well, smoked salmon to be exact. It is an acquired taste, but I love smoked salmon. But that's when Monk was like, we can see it. Like, we know that you want her. This also brings me to, I definitely feel like Score is going to be about Monk, and I think her name is Vashni. I don't think that's her name, because I feel like that's the girl from Before I Let Go. That's the girl that was getting on my nerves. But the girl, I think Score is going to be about Monk and the girl who wrote the movie, because I feel like they keep bringing that up for a reason. So that's that. Oh, Neva went back home for Christmas, and she got into a much needed got into with her sister. Let me go back to Thanksgiving. Cannon is nosy like me, and that's probably why me and him are like this. And I see where he coming from. I understand his mind, because we both nosy. When they were sitting there on Thanksgiving, and for some reason she decided to tell him about her sister sleeping with her fiance and then getting pregnant, he was like, what? Tell me more. Now that is something I would do. You tell me something like that, I'm like, what? Tell me some more about that. But anyways, Neva went home for Christmas, and she pretty much got into it with her sister, and her sister tried to blame her. I don't like that. Her sister tried to blame her for her sleeping with her fiance. How that makes sense? Tell me how that makes sense. But on other news, Neva and her mother had a talk, so they're getting back to the mother-daughter relationship that she wished she had, so that was good. Cannon Cannon has given in to his roadblocks, and him and Neva are supposed to be going out for New Year's. Like, I think they say going to Santa Barbara. They're really going to Santa Barbara for New Year's, so he's like giving into his weakness, but he don't want to be distracted, but they're gonna go while they're on the Christmas break. They're gonna go for a couple days to Santa Barbara to see if this is a thing. But I don't know, they really don't need to see if it's a thing. They kind of know it's a thing, but that's kind of where we're at. We're still slow burning, but during these 10 chapters, they almost got it popping during Thanksgiving, but Cannon had to stop that. But I'm enjoying it, so I'll be checking in tomorrow with my next 10 chapters. I'm trying to do 10 chapters a day because I hate when I read a book so fast, because I just sometimes too fast. I be like, dang, I wish I would have slowed down a little bit. So I'm gonna try to keep it to 10 chapters a day, and maybe that'll satisfy my little itch of reading. But I'm loving this book so far. See ya soon. All right, we done got through another 10 chapters of Real by Kennedy Ryan. So this is chapters 36 to 46, and I really don't have much to say about these last 10 chapters because there was one pattern through all these chapters, and that is Neva is starving. She is starving for some Cannon. I'm surprised she ain't bark, or I ain't hear her bark, because that's how starving she was in these 10 chapters. Also, it's a lot of referencing to feet and toes. Like, I don't know, I feel like we may be getting a toe sucking scene coming up soon, because like I was like, why we keep talking about feet. What else happened? Oh, on their little trip to Santa Barbara, they got spotted by Cannon's ex-publicist. No, Cannon's ex, like his ex-girlfriend publicist. They got spotted by her. So since they got spotted, like a few chapters later, his ex went on a podcast and pretty much outed their relationship. So they're out in the open now. People know that they're dating now. I feel like before all of that happened, like before they got spotted, they was like sneaking on Sundays, because of course after they little trip to Santa Barbara, they thought they were just gonna be able to go cold turkey without speaking to each other until after the movie wrap. But no, Cannon was like, no, I gotta see you on Sunday on your day off. So they was sneaking around on Sunday, and Neva was asking Cannon about his ex, and I had put a note down like, I need her to stop asking about Camille. That's the girl name. I was like, I need her to stop asking about her, because she is clearly, Neva admits that she is very jealous. That's also why I like Neva. She's like, emotions are on her sleeve. You know what Neva's thinking, how she feeling. You know all of that. What else happened? Other than Neva being starving, and like he fulfilled her being starved a few times through these 10 chapters. Oh, there was when everything hit the fan and Camille outed them, and then Cannon had to pretty much show whole cast and crew like, yeah, that's my girl. He told the writer, oh yeah, that's my girlfriend. So when he went back to tell Neva, oh, I think her name is Vashni. I don't know. Oh, Variety. Why do I keep saying Vashni? I think Vashni is the girl from Before I Let Go. That's probably why I keep saying this. Maybe her name is Variety. I think her name is Variety. He told her that Neva is his girlfriend. And the other thing is, everybody loves Neva, so I really don't know why they were worried about it. Also, I'm not in Hollywood, so this really might be a thing that somebody should worry about. I do understand power dynamics. It is a little crazy to be sleeping with your boss, but it's a book, you know. It's cute because I'm reading it. But so Kenan had went to tell Neva that he told Variety that that she is his girlfriend, and she was like, but you didn't ask me. We need to talk. This needs to be a conversation more often. You need to ask to be somebody's girlfriend, boyfriend, blase blase. Like, that needs to be a conversation. So I'm glad she highlighted that in this book. Like, you need to make it a conversation that we are boyfriend and girlfriend. And then they did that, and now they're boyfriend, girlfriend. They're all blissful and stuff. And that's why I stopped at. Tomorrow, I'll be hopping back in. I'm going to be doing chapters 37? Or 47? Yeah, 47 to 50. How many chapters is in this book now that I think about it? Because if I'm at 47, and I'm going to be reading to 57, is it more? It's going to be 55, 56, 57. There's a 58th chapter. Oh my god, how many chapters are in this book? Okay, let's see the total of chapters. 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, Jesus, 68, 69. There are 69 chapters. And then the epilogue, is there only one epilogue? Nope, there's 2 epilogues. Oh, there's a plethora of epilogues. Okay, well, either way, I got some more reading to do, so I will catch y'all tomorrow with the next 10. Okay, kind of did like a little late night read, but I got through my next 10 chapters, and that was chapters 47 to 57, and these chapters were good. Oh my gosh. These chapters were so good. So first couple chapters, Kenan confronted Camille and pretty much apologized to her, like, and pretty much confronted her to be like, now why did you do that to Neva? Neva ain't do nothing to you, like, you mad at me. So, you know, they got through their little thing. They kind of they fixed it or whatever, they resolved it, they called it a truce. But yeah, Camille just seems, I don't know, she just seems she want to be the only one. That's what it gives. But that was not too much of it past that. These 10 chapters also show me, like, I really love the Dusty Blue chapters, and like especially the parts like when they're like Dusty Blue singing, and then like when I'm listening to the audiobook, like you can hear the singing. So cute. I also really like those chapters because it's like literally you reading a script. I love that. Neva also, in these chapters, Neva almost slipped up and said I love you to Kenan first. And ever since Neva almost slipped up, Kenan been like thinking like, I feel like I do love her. You know, he's just going back and forth. Like, they got love for each other for sure. When I was reading it, I thought Neva had a stroke, but she didn't have a stroke. She was having kidney failure. Like, the shoe has dropped. I wonder if this, like, is this like her needing a kidney, is that kind of going to bring her closer to her sister? Because like she was able to get closer to her mom during Christmas. I wonder if this whole situation, like, oh, maybe she might lose her life, her sister will come around and stop gaslighting her and stop trying to blame her for why their relationship is crazy. So I wonder if that's how that's gonna go. These chapters were really good though. Kenan is starting to put words to his feelings, and you know, these chapters also kind of show like how much Neva and then like Kenan's mom, like kind of how much they have in common, like most likely why he is attracted to her, because she has a lot in common with her mom, just like with the, even like health wise, but like the way they're talking about is like pretty much character wise, like their beliefs and all that, and like their dreams and all that. Like they kind of have a lot in common. So what else? Oh, Evan is starting to come around. So like, oh, Kennedy Ryan posted today. I don't know why I just had this thought, but Kennedy Ryan posted today on Instagram about Score, and I was right. Score is about Monk and Verity. I think that's her name. Monk and Verity's story. So I'm excited to read that. But yes, everybody is coming around. Oh, everybody, like Evan, Jill, Kenneth, even Monk are telling Cannon, like, we have never seen you like this. We've known you for a long time. We've never seen you like this. Clearly you love her. Like they're telling him that, and he's like, you know, I've been thinking it. Like everybody else see it. But I'm excited to keep reading. Desi, I really want, well, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I will want for this Desi Blue movie to be a real movie. Like this, I feel like this movie would be so good to watch, even though, you know, she's not a real character, but so they can make this a real movie for real, because ain't nobody making original movies no more anyway. They could probably take it on Broadway, give it like a Dreamgirls-esque type thing, you know? Yeah, they could do that. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading. I'll do another 10 chapters tomorrow. Alright, so I just read chapters 58 and 59, and I have gotten to the point of the book where for some reason, I get this when the book is so good, I want to slow down because I don't want it to end so quickly. And I think it's like 69 chapters, so I'm at chapter 60 now, so I got 9 more chapters left in the epilogue. But I read 58 and 59. I'm probably gonna stop for today because I just don't want the book to end. So I'm gonna just stick to these chapters. But Neva is still looking for her kidney. My personal opinion, like I don't know what happened, because she was talking to her mom about it, and her mom was like, you know, send me the stuff so I can get tested, see if I'm a match or whatever. And like the conversation of her asking her sister came up, and in my personal opinion, I feel like her sister owe her kidney. I really don't care what kind of feelings she got right now about Neva. It's almost like you need to push that, like at this point she need to just push that to the side, because you already done slept with her fiance, had a baby, and then now y'all been together and all in her face and like acting like Neva is the problem when it's really y'all. I feel like at least you can do is give her a kidney. That's all I'm saying. We are at the part of the book where Cannon and Neva are both like having their own internal thoughts. They're doubting each other. Not really Cannon. Cannon is very sure, but Neva is to the point where she's like, oh, I'm sick, he don't want me, da 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 da, and he ain't said nothing like that, and she just out here avoiding him, pushing herself away. Like that's basically what's going on. Also Cannon, I forgot the exact situation that happened, but Cannon is basically a mind reader, and like he kind of just know what Neva need and when she need the reassurance. Like just be reading her mind. I need that, you know, like find somebody who can read my mind. That's what I'm talking about. But that's literally what I put in my notes. I put Cannon a mind reader, need that. Also in these chapters, Neva did a whole 180, then switched up. She's basically, I feel like, and like they kind of like got to that, like said it a little bit, but like she's trying to like make him leave her, even though he never even gave the inkling that he was. But her, in her mind, she like, oh, he only doing this out of pity, da 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 da. And he like, and then in his chapter, he like, no, I'm doing this because I love you, blase blase. And which bring me to Cannon was the one that said I love you first. When they were like going through the whole thing with her trying to be like, pretty much you don't have to, pretty much told him, you don't gotta be here. And I'm like, girl, he there because he want to be there. But that's basically what he said. And then he actually said the words, I love you. And then she was like, oh, I love you back, blase, blase. But Cannon was also standing his ground, like, you really, like, after spending this time with me, you really think I would be doing something I don't want to do? And I'm like, right. He don't give off. He gonna fake the funk. Because he ain't do it with Camille. He couldn't even fake the funk with Camille. So he like, you think I'm gonna fake the funk with you? Like, no. But that's pretty much these chapters. I'm gonna start reading again tomorrow. I'm most likely going to just go ahead and finish the chapters tomorrow, like read chapters 60 to 69 tomorrow, because I'm gonna be driving, so I'm gonna be listening and driving, and then of course when I get home I'll read. But this book is so good and I don't want it to end, like but it's gonna eventually have to end. But I will check in with y'all tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad. I just finished the chapters because I still have the epilogues to read. So I just finished chapters 60 to 69, basically the end of the book. But I'm gonna read the epilogues when I get home because I just can't finish it all right now. But these last 9 chapters was so good. Even though Neva was back in the hospital, but for her lupus, that's not even a whole part of the, well, it's basically the last part of the book. But the biggest thing is that her mama and Terry came to see her in the hospital, so that means her mama got on a plane. Okay. The thing about Terry, which I'm glad towards the end, this was just my initial thoughts. I got my notes. This is my initial thoughts when I was just listening to it. Like, Terry trying to fight with Neva while she in the hospital, it was just given like, why did you even come? Like your whole thing, like, oh, you couldn't even tell me you needed a kidney, da 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 da. And I'm just like, it was just bad timing, because the whole point of what happened was like, Neva was about to call you. She just she passed out before she could, so like she couldn't call you. But Cannon wasn't with it. Cannon had to shut all that down. He was like, all right, what y'all not gonna do is about to argue in here, because they was going back and forth, her and Neva, like just sending out their grievances. But Cannon was like, no, put his foot down. He was like, Terry, you could leave. Pretty much told her to pretty much be like, calm down or get out, basically what he said. And I mess with that. Neva, during that whole situation before Cannon was like, get up out of here, Neva finally told Terry all the feelings she had, like, I don't care about Brandon, I'm just mad that you was my sister and you did that. It was just like all those things. Terry finally admitting, because we been new, but Terry finally saying she was jealous of Neva, and Neva being like, what? You was the prettiest girl in school, everybody wanted you, da 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 da, and she was like, everybody wanted me but Brandon. So you decide to sleep with your sister fiance? Crazy. But that's just me. I just like, my mind just not wired like that. Like, that just don't make no sense. But to Terry, it made sense. Don't know why. But they finally get their grievances out. Terry get tested. She's the perfect match, of course. They actually end up going to like family therapy, which Neva said worked for them, which is good. So they're like building a relationship. And then we find out that Terry's daughter, Neva's niece, acts just like Neva. So like, it's so it's like Terry is just like, I don't even know what to say to her. Like, tell her the truth. You stole your sister man, and boom, you are here as proof. But towards the end, as everything should happen, things get better. Oh, I forgot this part. Terry finally apologized, because what she was doing in the beginning was never apologizing, which was getting on my god daggone nerves. Like, she kept saying everything but I'm sorry. Like, you could have at least just said you were sorry for sleeping with that man. Like, even, well, even if you wasn't sorry for sleeping with him, you was sorry for how it ruined you and your sister relationship. At least, you know, find something. She wasn't even doing that, but she finally apologized. They hugged it out. They even prayed together. Amen. It was so good. Like, the book, I really love this book. Like, Kennedy Ryan, I feel like at this point, I haven't read nothing bad by Kennedy Ryan. What else am I missing? Oh, towards the end, you know, we got a little spicy at the end. Not the both of them crying during the spice time. I was like, but the way Kennedy Ryan write, I was like, it's just a lot of passion. It's giving a Denzel Washington glory tier. And then as soon as I said that to myself, Cannon talking about they was both, like, they both cried at the same time. I was like, this is so dramatic. It needs to be on TV. This is the type of stuff that belongs on TV. The dramatic stuff. Kennedy Ryan, she need to turn this. At first I was like, just keep it as a movie, but I can see this being a TV show. But Desi Blue definitely need to be a movie. I don't know who we need to get online for that, but they need to turn Desi Blue. I know she's a fictional character. Turn her into a movie, please, and use some of the chapters. They already got some of the scenes written out. Build off of that. They need to stop making sequels to stuff and start reading these books. They could find some stuff to make movies too. Oh my god. And then at the end, last chapter, Cannon pretty much, because, well, I don't know if I mentioned it in the past, but Neva was a little insecure about her appearance when she had her flare up, and she did not like that Cannon wanted to take pictures of her and all that. Come to find out, Cannon had made his own little, I love a good foreshadowing. Like, I love something that just bring you back to the beginning, but made Neva her own little documentary about her lupus. Pretty much what he did with his mama in the little magic hour. It was so good. I feel like it wrapped, like, these 69 chapters, by chapter 69, it was all wrapped up. You got everything you needed. I love this book, and I really have nothing bad to say about it. But I'm gonna try to, I really don't want to finish it right now, so I'm gonna listen to the epilogues. I think it's more than one epilogue if I'm not tripping. Yeah, so, ooh, we got one epilogue, and then the bonus epilogue is 51 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna listen to the epilogues. Well, I'm not gonna listen to them actually. I'm probably gonna read. I'm actually probably gonna do both. I'm gonna immersive read the epilogues when I get home, because I just don't want to be done right now. But where I'm at with it right now, Real by Kennedy Ryan is 5 stars. Like, this 10 out of 10, no notes. Like, I wouldn't even, like, it's nothing more that there's nothing about this book that I would tell Kennedy Ryan to change. Like, it is so good. But I'm gonna get into the epilogues later. See y'all later. All right, guys, I have finished Real by Kennedy Ryan. I've read the last epilogue, so I read epilogue and bonus epilogue, and I thought I couldn't love this book anymore. The epilogues even made it better. I really want this Desi Blue to, like, be a movie for real. And then, like, oh, I also read, like, the author's note, so, like, I was right about Desi Blue like being inspired by Billie Holiday. And then she also said that it was inspired by Betsy and Ma Rainey. I thought Betsy, but I was like, I don't know, because I was like, maybe, because I saw most of the parallels with Billie Holiday, but she said Betsy and Ma Rainey as well, and I'm like, that makes sense. I love how Kennedy Ryan, like, does the research for her books, like, gets immersed, and like that. I think that's why her books are so likable, because, like, if you're already interested in these type of things, like old Hollywood, especially old Black Hollywood, you will love this book, because, like, she clearly did her research and, like, paid close attention to details. So when you're reading it, you're just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, da, 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 da. And, like, you see the references, and, like, you're like, even with the Betsy Blue, I really want that to be a movie. Somebody needs to write a script for this for real. Like, this is so good. The epilogues. Desi Blue's epilogue, loved it. It was just like how her life once she came back to Alabama, like that epilogue was so good. And then like the bonus epilogue with Neva and Cannon going to the premiere of the movie. Cannon proposed. It was just so good. All the feels, all the love, everything you can imagine from a romance book. So good. So good. Like, I really, typically I have notes. I literally have no notes for this book. This book was so good. Like, I think I've only given 5 stars to a couple books this year. Real has been added to that list. And like, this is Kennedy Ryan's second book for my 5-star this year too. Cause I gave Can't Get Enough 5 stars. Love that book as well. A1. Like, love that one. And I think Only for the Weak. Those, before I started reading Real, those were my top 2 books that I read this year. And then here comes Real. Now I got a top 3. I don't know their order yet, cause at the moment Real will probably be number 1, just because I just got done finishing it and I didn't want to finish it because it was so good. I wanted to keep reading. Like, now I understand why she probably did a bonus epilogue, because everybody probably read when the original dropped, they were like, oh, we needed more, and she gave us more. So hopefully when Score comes out, which I'm so excited about, when Score comes out, we hear a teeny bit more about Neva and Cannon, because now we know that Score is about Monk and what's her name, Verity. It's not Verity. I feel like Verity is the character from Before I Let Go, but it's about Monk and the person who wrote Desi Blue's movie. So it's about them two. And then like I said before, Kennedy Ryan dropped a little video about what to do, prepare for Score. Apparently Takira got a book, so I'm gonna read that. I'm not gonna read it next because I'm still trying to complete the read what's on my bookshelf before I buy a new book. So I actually have to read. I think I got 3 more books I gotta read, because I read the mangas. So I read 5, 6, and 7 of that already. I just got done reading Real, so all I gotta read is All Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby, The Princess and the P.I. by Nikki Payne, and Episodes by Gucci Mane. So 3 more books before I can buy another book, which will be, and it's most likely going to be Takira's book, because that's what I want to hear right now. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for staying to the end. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.